Hello, everyone, and welcome to another update for the Access for All channel. I'm Vol for Life 8657, and today we're going to be discussing some of the new changes that have been released and discussed in the two new Madden 26 deep dives. We're also going to cover what I feel is a lot of bias and a lot of hate toward this particular series, not even based on what's being said in the deep dives, but based on little snippets of video in the trailer. So let's start by talking about some of the things that have been discussed in the franchise and presentation deep dives for Madden 26. One of the big ones is that they have added new broadcast packages to franchise mode, along with halftime and weekly recaps of games around the league and halftime shows during your games. And I know there are going to be people who say, well, that was in 2K5 20 years ago. That's true. That is absolutely true. And I would like to also point out that the systems and the graphics and the capabilities of those teams were far different back then. EA is doing things in such a way that makes it appear and sound as if that they're going to really execute something special. They're adding new theme music for their broadcast packages for Monday, Thursday, and Sunday night games. The three broadcast teams are going to be assigned to those. Brandon and Charles get the Thursday night slot. Greg Olson and Mike Tirico get the Sunday spot, and Kate and Brock get the Monday night spot. I would have flipped Thursday and Monday nights around personally because I just like Brandon and Charles, but what do I know? They're also adding mascots and stadium lighting and all these different cool visual artifacts, which I can't see them, but I think that's going to be really cool. For stadiums that do cannons, Tampa Bay comes to mind. You're going to be able to hear those cannons now instead of just seeing them on screen. Other teams will have their own light shows and celebrations when big events happen. The halftime show I am looking forward to with cautious optimism. The reason why I say that is because I know this guy does CBS shows, but I don't really know how he's going to do with a video game and talking about video game highlights, so we'll find out. But it is good to see that EA is adding those things into the game at last. Some would say it's a long time overdue. I actually agree with them. It should have been done a long time ago. To more of the strategic side of franchise, they are getting rid of coach talents and they're adding coach abilities, which you can unlock and purchase with staff points. You can raise those abilities. They have what are called mastery goals and knockout goals, which is pretty cool. Mastery goals mean that your ability can never be taken away from you. Knockout goals mean that you temporarily lose that ability and can either gain it back through a purchase or some other goal that helps restore that ability, which I think is pretty cool. They're adding a new dynamic injuries thing to franchise mode. They're going to use the wear and tear system from college football 25 and 26. And they're going to create a system where you actually have a trainer that will keep you abreast of your players' health overall. You can rest individual players when you're setting up training. And you'll be able to keep an eye on all of those things, which is really cool. They are adding play sheets, which are basically plays that will enhance your team's game plan and abilities for that week based on who you're playing against. These play sheets will appear in the playbook while you are playing under their own tab. So that will be interesting to see how accessible those are, how much of that reads. Scouting, unfortunately, has not changed very much. As far as the mechanics of it, it doesn't sound like. You now have offensive and defensive coordinators as well, and coaches can leave your team and move to another team, and you will have to find a new one in the coaching carousel, which
that's not new to this new version.
Well, they can apparently leave, like, if a team, like, now it's not based on, like, you getting fired from a team is based on, like, they've changed the logic of it, basically, from where it was to what it is. They've done some under the hood changes as to how that works. Changed the interface of it, said they've explained things better. I hope that means that more reads. We will definitely find out there. I think those are the big highlights that I've read in both the deep dives. But now I want to talk about perceptions that are being spread around by some YouTubers, particularly his view that those of us who continue to support this game and continue to talk positive about the game are just overlooking how broken this game is and are basically the Muppets of the community. That is what we are referred to. And I just want to say this. I've been playing Madden since Madden 96 on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. That was actually the first game that I got for my Super Nintendo system on my birthday. Madden 96. I have played 96, 97, 98, 99. I am not going to go through them all, but I have played Madden extensively throughout my life. Now, has every Madden been perfect? Absolutely not. Has Madden over the years done things that I just shake my head at? Absolutely. But to sit here and say that because the blocking logic, for example, is still so inherently messed up that the entire game is trash is doing a complete disservice to everybody else who worked on that game, to the developers of franchise mode, to the developers of Ultimate Team, to the art and sound developers, to everybody else who works on the game. And maybe blocking can't be fixed with the Frostbite engine. I don't know. I'm not a programmer. But I buy these games every year, not just because I'm hoping they'll fix blocking logic, but because I really do enjoy playing these games and have done so for a long time. I am glad to see so much work being poured into franchise. Now, the question is, will it be executed well? How is the execution going to be? And we will find that out on August the 11th for those who have the MVP bundle or the deluxe edition. But I think it is very inconsiderate and disrespectful of somebody to sit here who does not offer any critiques that are meaningful or suggestions to improve said game. I think it is very disrespectful to sit here and call all of us who enjoy playing these games and who make content for these games Muppets, and classifying us as not intelligent because we refuse to not buy these games and to say to EA that we're not going to do this. And for me, It's a matter of if I think that things are going to be better, or if I see that they are making a good faith effort to um, to continue improvement, just like they have done in Madden 25 and 20 in this one, then I'm going to continue to buy them. I can't see if something is copy and paste. I can't see if my linemen are blocking or if they are uh, suspended in midair and the field disappears underneath them. I can't see that. Now, I understand that that is very just it shouldn't happen. I'll agree with you. It shouldn't happen. The ball should not. I had an animation once where I'd finished a play and the ball literally bounced around for like 10 seconds after the play was over. Those things should not happen. But when you are releasing something on a yearly basis, and it doesn't matter if it's Madden, if it's MLB The Show, if it's Formula, if it's F1, whatever it is, you're going to have problems.
New notification. New download update. Press the PS button for details.
That simply do not get fixed. Should they be fixed? Absolutely. But I'm going to continue to bring you, we're going to continue to bring you all the Daily Blitz each year if we can. And we're going to continue to highlight the things that are going to be different, because you cannot take a trailer that is 3 minutes and look at two things in that trailer and say, this game is just like last year.
New notification. New download update. Press the PS button for details.
You cannot do that. And for those who do that, you're not giving accurate information. You need to look at the blog posts. You need to look at everything that is being said, as well as what is in the video, and then tell your community to make an informed decision, not a decision based on your own malice, your own dislike, your own hatred of a group of developers, or even, dare I say, an individual developer. Thank you all for listening.